Top 7, 5-4 Gatemen advantage over the Whitecaps, and Malstead delivers the first pitch of his second frame in relief. Kyle Marchak joined by now the team analyst, Jesse Simmons. Jesse, thanks for hopping on.
Hey, it's good to be here as always, especially with you, Mr. Kyle, on any night.
You are so flattering. 1-0 was cut on and missed. Top of the order for Malstead here, Nick Dumenel, center fielder out of Cal Baptist. Now, I was looking forward to having you on because Brewster just brought in a ton of names from Omaha in terms of the kids that were there, as that one is cut on and missed, 1 and 2, and you were there.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of those, Brody Dene, hailing from the University of Florida, where I hail as well, down in Gainesville, Florida. Got to watch him a lot. I got to watch him mash a few baseballs into the seats at Charles Schwab Field.
Line drive up the middle, just past the glove of Malstead. It sneaks into center for a base hit. Leadoff knock. Dumenel represents the tying run in what's been a tight ball game for the past couple of innings. Feels like just a weird day out there at the ballpark, too, with the mist and the errors and the pitches.
Feels like a Nike commercial, if I do say so myself, out there.
A Nike commercial. So what do you mean by that? Like the aura?
Oh, the aura, the focus, the rain on your glove, dripping off your hat. And, you get focused, locked in. It's just you. You can feel your breath in and out as you're focusing, locked in on that hitter. It feels like those commercials that, that's why it makes Nike so great.
I like that. I like that metaphor. So now the lefty, Caden Kent. That's another name from Omaha you should recognize, Jesse. He is a stud.
Yeah, Kent. I love his swing. He's got a nice fluid swing from the plate. Keeps it simple. Bat rest on the shoulder. Has some good rhythm with his hands. Through the zone a long time right there as that ball catches the outside corner of the plate for a strike. 2. Or 1, I should say. But Lucas Malstead, too, I love the way, his arm angle right here, way to mix it up in the bullpen. He's such a versatile tool that Coach Smythe has in his pocket.
He's been effective this year, too. So as a ball player yourself, what's so hard about hitting a guy who's subby?
Me and I were actually talking about this last night. I love the way, personally for me, I enjoyed hitting sidearm pitchers, especially righties, as that ball just misses on the outside corner for a 3-1 count. But I love the way that, sidearm pitchers, when I'm a lefty, we used to say, see it high, let it fly, see it low, let it go. Mm-hmm. And sometimes a ball, if it misses with a fastball and a sidearm guy, not very big on the velo, right there. See?
Try and get a double play here. No, the ball pops out. A line out, though.
See, as a lefty, you see it high, he lets it fly, hits a line drive to second baseman. You see it low, you usually let it go. And right there, from my left-handed perspective, seeing a righty, coming from that low arm slot, it's coming right to you. But as a righty, if it's a lefty sidearm and I'm left-handed, that ball is coming across your body, and sometimes it can get you tied up a little bit. Jams you a little bit, might swing over the top, and they can kind of tunnel those pitches, the fastball and the breaking ball off each other. But usually opposite hand, it's a little bit easier to see, like the lefty right there with Kent just really lined that one and got a hold of it. But right to second baseman Bozer.
So Kent lines out, there's one away, and that one hits him. Helfrich aboard with a hit by pitch for the second time today. So 2 runners on with 1 away in the top of the 7th. That's probably the tough part of pitching Submarine is the command.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's just what comes with the nature of the beast if you're going to choose to drop down the sidearm. And a lot of times when a pitcher, if he misses being a sidearm submarine pitcher, they're going to miss arm side. And right there, that ball got away from, hits him in the belt, and a free base right there that you don't need in a 1-run ball game here in the 7th inning.
So Malstead battling now in his second inning of relief. First and second occupied with 1 away, and now it's Daniel Cuvée. Little pickoff over to second, or a lack thereof. Cuvée out of Miami, 344 average this year, akin to a great year he had with the Hurricanes.
Yeah,
sure enough, he's 2 for 3.
I got to go down and watch the Florida Gators play Miami in a 3-game series this year, as that ball just misses inside. But I got to go down and watch them a couple games, and they got some big bats. They can swing it as well, and it was really fun to watch, especially down there in Miami. So not a bad place to be.
1-0 deal. Line drive, opposite field. It's down for a base hit. Here comes the tying run. They're going to send him. The relay is going to be cut off out in right, touching home plate to tie the ball game is Nick Dumenel. And coming in with an RBI knock, a double at that is Cuvée. It's a 5-5 score in the 7th.
Fantastic swing there by Cuvée. And, we were just got done talking about it on the submarine pitcher, so sometimes they'll be able to jam up a guy who's hitting on their side of the plate. right there, kind of gets you on the barrel. But good hitters like him right there on a good swing, they get their hands inside the baseball, get their hands extended, bat through the zone as long as you want. And you can see the product is pretty nice if you're Quebec.
Yeah, he just let that thing get deep, and he whacked that down the right field line. So now the infield's going to come in with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 away. But first, conversation with Luxus. So you were an outfielder.
Correct.
But let's say you were in the infield at one point in time. What does a conversation in a meeting on the mound look like at this point in the ball game?
I mean, right here now, instead of a run-one ball game, now you're tied, runners on second and third. Luxus is out there probably saying, hey, relax. I need you to really strap down here because, especially with all the arms that threw last night, the night before, it's one of those nights. So you're going to have to be able to eat some innings if you're Malstead, and you're going to need to, nut up and shut up, and kind of just do what you need to do and pass the baton. But right here, hold the line, really important. They're going to pull the runners into the corners and see what they can do. And, I think it's more of a just reset and relaxation here, especially, we see looking down towards left field line in the bullpen as we look through the mist here, but already got a couple of guys getting warmed up, so I think it's going to be a tight leash from Malstead, but it's a time where he needs to kind of strap down like he did against Bourne just a few nights ago.
Again, with a short-handed bullpen too, so we'll see how long the leash is for Malstead, although there is some action going on out there in left field in the bullpen. So to reset, it's a 5-5 score as the Whitecaps tie it here in the top of the 7th. And now with a go-ahead guy on third and an insurance run on second, here's the first pitch, a called strike to Macias.
And as we do know now, Gavin Black is down there warming up in the pen. So either way, we need Malstead to eat some innings here, but if anything happens, you got a good arm down there.
0-1 is swung on and flown softly to the right side. Putnam giving chase over his shoulder. Did he make that catch? He came up with it, and no runners are going to tag. What a play by Putnam.
Odell Beckham, take a seat, my friend. Welcome Eli Putnam to the ball game. My goodness, what a catch.
Through the mist, he finds that one, and Sam White, the catcher, tips his cap to him, an ode to a wonderful defensive showing by Putnam for out number 2.
I don't know what was more impressive. Was it the over-the-back catch in the fall or the immediate toss to Bobby Bozer to at least have the awareness to catch that ball and get it out of your hand and get it to your teammate to keep that runner from tagging in a tie ball game? That was about as clutch as you're going to see right here in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Completely cerebral and cognizant play by him to toss that ball back up to Bozer.
Good night. That was
a ridiculous play.
Wow.
2 wonderful defensive plays by the Gatemen today, and a first pitch strike to Brady Donay.
Yeah, Brody Donay with the Florida Gators. I got a lot of chance to watch him. When he hits a ball, there's a guy named by the Jack Caglione, but this guy can put up balls as far as Jack Caglione can when he gets a hold of one. Yeah,
being a Floridian, man, you have seen some good college baseball.
Goodness, I mean, especially rolling just through Gainesville, not just the SEC, but we got to see some premium arms, some top bats, Charlie Condon, so many guys this year. Jack Caglione, I could name them all day long, but, I'm spoiled to be in the SEC watching baseball this year.
2-1, and the off-speed finds the zone 2-2, where it just means more.
Something like that, that's for sure. I mean, ACC's right there too. They split down the middle in Omaha like we were just talking about a minute ago, 4-4, and either way, SEC kind of reigns again this year.
2s across the board, and that pitch is outside.
ACC SEC matchup here with Lucas Malstead, Clemson Tiger here with Brody Donay, Florida Gator, who the Gators sent Clemson packing in the Super Regional, an electric 13-inning game.
Payoff, and it hits him. Bases are reloaded. And now J.D. Rogers steps up as Brody Donay eats that one.
Now right there, you don't want to hit a batter, obviously. 3-2 count, but you got a base open. Not the worst thing to happen on the planet right there. At least it's not a force to move the runners over. Bases aren't loaded, but there's still that equation of don't walk this next guy. Don't start getting wild and losing it, because next thing you know, you walk a guy and they have the go-ahead run.
Tie ball game. Top 7 in Spillane. J.D. Rogers' turn. He's 1 for 2, single and a strikeout. The first pitch is over for a strike on the outside edge. Oh, 0-1 coming to the Vanderbilt product with 2 away. That one over for a strike. So the Gatemen giving up a run in this frame. And now just trying to maintain the ties. Malstead in his second inning of relief. Oh-2 on the way. Called strike 3. Painted it like Picasso on the outside edge, and he maintains a 5-5 score as one run comes in. So we send it to the bottom half of the 7th. It's time to stretch at Spillane on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
PC is a Massachusetts-based leading-edge real estate closing, title, settlement, and personal injury and litigation law firm. Our clients trust us to provide the most comprehensive real estate closing and litigation services in Massachusetts. Our full network of closing and settlement attorneys, agencies, and litigators have expanded throughout New England and beyond. We deliver on that trust and reliance by offering the best professional prompt assistance, advanced technology, and state-of-the-art closing services in the real estate law and litigation business today. Our commitment to excellence, honest reputation, and tradition of aggressive representation to provide quality legal services is what we will continue to demonstrate at Sync Law. We believe and will prove that successfully addressing client needs requires more than just knowledge of the law. It requires a mastery of good representation and an attitude to finalize every transaction to my client's satisfaction. Live life to the fullest and let us Sync Law.
Back on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Kyle Marchak alongside Jesse Simmons as we head into the bottom half of the 7th. RBI knock in the top half of the frame. Daniel Cuvée came through. Dumetal touched home plate, and it's a 5-5 score in a back-and-forth ball game between the best team in the West and the 4th team in the East in the Brewster Whitecaps. Thanks again for joining us on an interesting afternoon of baseball. It's been 2.5 hours already. We've got a couple of frames ahead of us, but right now the Gatemen just trying to retake the lead for what would be their 3rd lead change of the afternoon. New lefty on the bump. We'll get his name in just a second for the Whitecaps, but a pitching staff that has struggled, but the Gatemen kind of letting the Brewster Whitecaps come back into it.
I mean, yeah, I like the way we started this game off. 2 runs right there. Jace Reinhardt having a nice game. Brendan Summerall having a nice game as well. I'm liking the loud, even when the outs, they're out, they're loud outs, though. So I'm liking that from them. It's getting a little away here from the Gatemen, but I think we got some time to pull back here. Plenty of ball game left, a little bit of meat here looking after this 7th inning stretch. And you know what? I think there's still some time left, especially speaking of Reinhardt as he digs in and he'll lead off this inning.
Reinhardt's been the hot bat. We'll see what he can do against Kyle Percival, the left-handed pitcher taking over on the bump. Just going into his junior year now at UNC, and a pretty small sample size out of him. This is just his 2nd appearance for the Whitecaps this year. He threw 2 innings and gave up 2 earned runs just a couple days ago. And what a welcome to Spillane. He has to face Jace Reinhardt first, who's 2 for 3 today with a pair of ribbies.
Yeah, Reinhardt, first inning, left field, hard hit ball. Next at bat, right field, hard hit ball for an RBI. I believe both of those were on 2 outs. Am I wrong? Both those RBIs were hit on 2
You're
outs.
Not mistaken.
It looked very good.
Yeah.
And it's like we said. We've all been talking about this. You don't know what night you're going to get production from throughout the lineup. It's one of those things that you can it's like a magic bag. You pick in. Oh, this guy's going to go 2 for 3. Oh, this guy's going to go 2 for 3.
It's completely random.
So you never know what you're going to get. Top of the lineup, bottom of the lineup. That's why these Wareham Gatemen are where they are in team batting average throughout this season.
Infield straight up to start off the bottom of the 7th, a 5-5 score between the Gatemen and the visiting Brewster Whitecaps. First pitch is outside for Percival's 2nd game in his inaugural Cape League season. Had a good year with the Tar Heels as a sophomore, went 4-0. As that one's tapped to the right side, gobbled up by Bindrup, 1 away. To the tune of a 2.42 ERA. As a sophomore in the ACC, that's pretty impressive.
North Carolina Tar Heel, who now Jace Reinhardt headed to West Virginia University. The Tar Heels did knock the Mountaineers out of the Super Regional after a fantastic season. And an integral part of the West Virginia Mountaineers season is a player by the name of Sam White, who now digs in as a left-handed bat here with 1 out to face a little North Carolina, West Virginia rematch right here in the 7th.
That is a good nugget right there. Your collegiate ball knowledge is unmatched. First pitch, lefty on lefty, and White comes up missing.
I watch a lot of ball, I'll say that. So I had the chance to interview Sam White on Catching Up with the Gatemen on our series you guys can find on YouTube at Wareham Gatemen and Instagram and Twitter accounts. But I had a great talk with him. Fantastic person, fantastic player. As he swings and misses on a big swing right there for a strike. 0-2. But, fantastic player. Started out as a hockey goalie. Had a chance to get drafted in a smaller league for hockey. Turned into playing baseball for the Canadian junior national team.
0-2 is swung out in line the other way. It'll drop in for a base hit. Uses his goalie reflexes there to get a base hit. It's his third hit of the afternoon as he retreats to first with a one-out single.
And he has settled in very nicely in the game of baseball and has a bright future ahead of him. I mean, came up and started, went 2 for 3 in the first game with us with the Gatemen, hitting a home run. I think he's getting really settled in and not only being versatile as a catcher, infielder, first baseman, outfielder. He can really do it all, and I like the way that Sam White swings a bat.
He's got a bright future ahead of him, that's for sure. Can you ice skate?
Me? I'm decent.
Okay.
I mean, we don't ice skate much in Florida, but I can rollerblade. I'm a mean rollerblader.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does that translate to the ice at all?
I would say so.
First pitch, it runs low and inside. Antonio Hyannis, 1 for 3.
I'm more of a surfer, wake surf a little bit.
I should have guessed that.
That's our vibe, but I mean, I'm not the lightest on my feet. I've been snowboarding. That's what I did for spring break, so we'll take it.
You went snowboarding for spring break?
I did.
Despite being from Florida, 1-0 deal is swung on and popped up to the right side. This one trailing in the gap, trying to find it out of the mist and making the catch in the palm of his mitt is Rogers for out number 2.
I mean, for those at home, you can see it on your screen, but either way, this mist is definitely playing a factor for the outfielders, and even right there, the right and center fielder kind of having a little misjudge there, the ball barely catching it before it hits the ground, but not the easiest to see here at Spillane Field tonight.
Well, speaking of precipitation, you said you were in the snow for spring break. How did that happen? Where did you go?
Here's my theory. When everybody zigs, you got to zag, So that's my thing.
I see.
Yeah, everybody went to go to like Cancun and stuff, and I said, nah, I'm okay. I'm going to go catch some snow.
First pitch, and Putnam watches one in there.
So I have an old teammate when I was a freshman at Belmont Abbey. He was a senior, kind of took me under his wing. Shout out to Justin Moran, but he lives in Colorado Springs now as a professional strength coach, and I had a chance to stay with him for a week, and we caught a little bit of powder.
That one off the plate. So where did you go snowboarding?
So he lives in Colorado Springs. We got a last minute Airbnb and drove 4 hours to Steamboat Springs. Had a fantastic time. It snowed about 2 feet in 3 days, and trust me, we took advantage of it. So it was fantastic, and I don't get to see snow much being from Florida. 1-1
deal. That's ball 2. That's Jesse Simmons for you. When everyone zigs, you zag. I mean, that is a perfect motto for you. That is hilarious.
Like I mean, hey, it's one of those things that I've learned from some really good mentors at the University of Florida, and just as I've grown up through baseball and in college, there's some good coaches and mentors I'm lucky to have.
Putnam just misses a curveball that was hung there.
You know, it's funny, on the note of snowboarding and ice skating and such, I talked to Nate Early in pregame, and he says he's from Cincinnati. I said, it gets kind of cold. Somehow he ended up on he skis. And he said if he wasn't playing baseball, he would have tried to lean out and be a professional skier. Out of nowhere says that to me.
This was Lippy, you said?
This is Nate Early.
Nate Early.
And Nate Early, if you've seen him, he's
Swing
a strong man.
Down on strikes. He is a big guy. We'll continue that story as to what his skiing career would look like. But right now, the Gatemen trying to ski their way to a victory. At Spillane, it would be their first win in 3 contests. We head to the top of the 8th on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. Whatever your technology needs are, Secure One can help. Learn more at SecureOne.com. SecureWON.com.
The Wareham-based Eibe Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower, the largest private property owner in eastern Massachusetts, and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and stewardship. For 170 years, Eibe Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit eibemakepeace.com to learn more.
Attention baseball fans, are you ready to hit a financial home run? PCT Federal Credit Union is here tonight to make your dreams of home ownership and driving off in that new car a reality. Their unbeatable low rates on mortgage and auto loans are a win for everybody. Whether you're rounding the bases to buy your first home or looking to upgrade your ride, PCT Federal Credit Union has got your back. Swing by their tent before you leave or visit their website to learn more about how they can help you step up to the plate and score big on your financial goals.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU Structural Soil and Rooflight Certified Green Roof Media. Reed Custom Soil is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit www.reedcustomsoils.com.
Whitecaps tie it in the top of the 7th. Gatemen offer no response. So Gavin Black will come in for his first appearance this afternoon in relief, looking to trying to get through these next 2 innings in a 5-5 tie at Spillane Field. Kyle Marchak with Jesse Simmons on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Thank you guys for joining us on a misty and possibly precipitant afternoon on the Cape, as Gavin Black will make his 6th appearance of the year. He has been dang solid, a .87 ERA and 10 1/3 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, but a high strikeout rate. He has 13 to his credit this year, good for 3rd on the team. Jesse, he has his hands full with a Whitecaps offense that is heated up throughout this game.
Yes, he does, but like we said the other night, Lucas Malstead came in against Bourne, was able to, he came up after Gavin Black, actually, as they were able to staple down and secure a tie after blowing a lead. They were able to secure that tie. But Gavin Black, I like the way he can run the velo. He likes to change eye levels a lot, run that fastball up, turn off a breaking ball right down to your knees and your ankles with a slider as well. I like the way he can mix his pitches, and he's one of those dogs we call him on the mound, that he's not afraid to get in there and really get after it. And I think you have a dog in mind that he likes to be like.
He is a dog, and that's a great little tease for a story about this personality as the first pitch is upstairs. He is such an interesting character. So when he was making the remarks to being a dog, since they asked him what type of pitcher he was, he said dog.
Yep.
I asked him what dog breed he was. The 1-0 pitch is upstairs. Leadoff hitter here is Drew Farrow out of Florida State. He's 1 for 2, single and a walk. A Presa Canario.
I don't even think I can spell that, let alone say it.
Neither could I. It's an Italian Mastiff. 2-0 deal, or pardon me, a Spanish Mastiff. That one is downstairs and inside. Of all the dogs he could have chose, he could have said Rottweiler, German Shepherd, something tough. Presa Canario.
Hey, whatever works, man. I think I identify with more of a golden retriever, but I don't mind it at all. He's got that mentality.
Well, he has been a dog this year and just misses down low. Unlike him, it's a leadoff walk on 4 pitches. So with 1 away, a go-ahead runner's on first, or no outs here in the 7th.
Yeah, that ball missed a little bit too much plate there, I think. Looked like a strike. Umpire says otherwise, and leadoff walk, not exactly what you want here to start the top of the 8th with a team who's heating up at the plate and looks like they're getting ready to hit something.
Blake Binder up. 2 for 6 coming into this contest in just a pair of games for the Whitecaps. Another late pickup for him. First pitch from the righty. He fires a fastball upstairs.
Black struggling to find the zone here. 5 straight balls into the zone. Even though, like we said, he does like to change eye levels, run the fastball up sometimes, can tunnel with a breaking ball, but struggling to find his zone. Needs to get in here a little bit.
1-0 off the plate. There's a back pick over to first. It's not in time. Another thing that Sam White does that makes him such a fun catcher. He can throw guys out. And I think I hear fireworks in the distance. I've become a dog myself. I'm like, what's going on? 1 ball, 1 strike, and a foul tip for strike 2.
Everybody's emptying the 4th of July buckets. What was left over.
Yeah.
Had plenty of fireworks just a couple nights ago in Bourne. Haven't really seen any here tonight as the Gatemen rattled off 3 home runs of their own on the 4th of July, but haven't seen one yet tonight.
Yet they came out of that ball game with a tie. 1-2 deal. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Bindra. Big first out.
You know, I'm starting to like this 1-2 punch here in the back end of the bullpen from Malstead and Black. As you know, Malstead has that submarine arm slot, a little bit slower velo coming across your body. Black very over the top, kind of keeps his arms short arms it to the plate, but he's got some good velo, some hump and ride to it. You know, I like that 1-2 punch to kind of mix the zone, and it's hard for hitters and to face two pitchers like that back to back and adjust so quick.
There's a pickoff to no avail. Nick DeMental at the plate here. He was the runner to touch home plate back in the 7th to tie this ball game on that RBI double from Daniel Cuvée. 3 late changes if you include the ties this afternoon between the Gatemen and the Whitecaps. First offer, runner goes upstairs. White fires down to second. He's got a good arm, but Bozer can't pick it out. And swiping second is Farrow, his first stolen base of the afternoon.
A crucial right there if you're the Whitecaps. Advance, push the envelope, get a runner in scoring position. Huge opportunity here for the Whitecaps, pushing the door on the Gatemen. Or
Fireworks.
The gate show, I should say.
Fireworks are really ricocheting out in the distance. 1 away and a runner on second now. That's the go-ahead guy for the Whitecaps, who, with some new additions to the roster, are looking for their 3rd win in a row. Meanwhile, the Gatemen looking for their first win in their past 3 contests. 1-0, it's a swing and a miss. Wish we could see the fireworks. None out in the horizon.
Sounds like they're coming from behind home plate from where we are.
1-1 deal. That one popped up vertically over second base, trailing back into the outfield grass, getting called off, and here's Summerhill. He makes the catch. 2 away. Now, sitting next to a good friend of ours in the booth, former voice of the Gatemen, Alex Fuse, and he provided a good point. If we were to see the fireworks in front of us, it would be very reminiscent of the Sandlot.
Absolutely. How can you not be romantic about baseball?
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
Nights. I had the awesome chance to work for the Cincinnati Reds minor league team last summer, the Daytona Tortugas, and their field is placed on the bay, almost in the inlet, where you can see the ocean behind. And I got a lot of cool videos and saw a lot of at-bats of, like, guys would hit a ball in the crack of the bat, and you'd see a firework out in the beyond
awesome.
over the inlet and by the beach. And it was so cool, and it's one of those kind of scenes that make you, it's like, how can you not love baseball? How can you not feel American, you know, with a hot dog in your hand watching baseball? And it's like the American dream right there. So it's very enjoyable, but one of those things that was a moment you'll never forget.
0-1 deal. It's down low, and it cues away from the plate. Moving on to second and 90 feet away. Drew Farrow represents that go-ahead run, as I've said multiple times this inning, but inching closer and closer to home plate now with 2 outs.
Yeah, Black continuing to struggle to find the zone here late in the ball game with that runner just being able to advance twice. Sam White tried to gun him out at second. Short hop Bobby Bozer at second base. Now he's at third. A little bit of not sloppy play, but maybe need a time to just take a deep breath and walk back in.
Well, it's worth noting that this mist is now thickened into more of a tangible precipitation. It looks like it's raining outside. Regardless, it's a tie ball game with 2 away, top of the 8th. And the 1-1 is a called strike.
Good pitch right there, 1-1 count. Challenge him with a fastball, make him swing and hit at it. As you can see, Kent was not sitting on the fastball there. And got just the Black on the outside part of the plate for a strike.
Kent 1 for 4 today, pair of lineouts. 3 of them, as a matter of fact, with it. But here's the 1-2. Foul.
Yeah, the mist is starting to draw in here as you are now viewing from behind the plate for us, as the center field camera has been now just way too foggy and misty out there. It's getting a little rough, so we're going to stick right here with it.
1-2 deal on the way, and a curveball. He's laid on it as it goes right towards the Gateman dugout.
That was a hot shot skip and a jump into the dugout over there. I'm not sure if anybody got hit, but that was coming in hot. You know what they call that? The ugly finder.
Oh.
That's what they used to call it, the ugly finder.
Yeah. I can't say I've ever been hit by an ugly finder.
Well,
I bet you haven't either.
I have been hit by quite a few, thank you very much. But back in my day, I've learned my lesson the right way.
In that case, I've been hit by plenty too. Swing and a miss, and the ugly finder sits down Kent for a strikeout to retire the side. As it remains a tied ball game. Home half of the 8th, the Gatemen have 6 outs to work with offensively to try and retake the lead on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV. For a good piece of glass, call Eibe. Located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham, call Eibe Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs. Mastria Auto Group. Whether you need sales, parts, or service, call Mastria Auto Group for all your Kia, Cadillac, Mazda, VW, Subaru, and Nissan needs. Mastria delivers. www.mastria.com.
Legacy Insurance has been servicing Wareham and the surrounding area since 1980. Call Legacy Insurance for all your insurance needs at 508-295-1315. Legacy Insurance, your hometown agency.
Looking to buy or sell real estate in the South Shore, South Coast, or Cape Cod area? Joanne Stevenson has been selling Massachusetts since 2000. Specializing in residential real estate, she is a part of the #1 Berkshire Hathaway Robert Paul team. Whether you are looking for your first home, vacation home, or relocating, call Joanne Stevenson, your local Wareham agent, for all your real estate needs. A proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
8-9-1 due up in the bottom of the 8th at Spillane Field. The Wareham Gatemen searching for their first win in 3 contests. The Whitecaps, 4th in the East Division, searching for their 3rd consecutive victory. And in his second inning of relief, it's Kyle Percival, the lefty out of UNC, for the Whitecaps as the Gatemen look to take what would be their 3rd lead of the afternoon. Kyle Marchak with Jesse Simmons. Jesse, not your average day of baseball today, huh?
No, absolutely, especially with this smog, whatever you want to call it, fog, I don't even know. It's just blurry. It's a little drizzly wet. For me, this is snow. Since I'm from Florida, this feels like snow. But, it's one of those games that's going to have to get gritty. Tie ball game late in the game. We're going to see who really wants it more here as this game comes to a close.
Gatemen led by as much as 3 at one point. That was in the 3rd inning. But then Brewster responded with 3 runs to tie it in the 4th. The Gatemen added a run to take a 1-run lead. And once more in the top of the 7th, the Whitecaps tied it with a single run. So here we are, bottom 8, and the first pitch is popped vertically and straight back, a foul ball for strike 1. Jacob Jarrell at the dish. He's hapless in 2 tries today, with a walk to his credit as well. He did come around to score in that 4th inning.
Yeah, Jarrell, 242 average. Seen a drop a little bit, but his outs are loud outs, like I keep saying. He's one of the guys that I love his swing. I love the way he gets in his legs. Can ride. He kind of rides that hip out in the zone. I love his swing. He's been kind of maybe, I don't know what he's doing at the plate, maybe picking the wrong pitches, but he's right there and he has the potential to hang with anybody.
1-1's off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, first batter, home half of the 8th. Now the Gatemen coming off their first road trip, you could say, quote unquote, of the year, having 2 games on the road consecutively these past couple of days. There's a strike. Does that throw off a team? You're so used to home, away, and then you're on the road for 2 days in a row. Is that something that can throw off a squad?
Yeah, it could very well. A lot of these guys are coming from teams that they play a midweek game, maybe home or away, and they're somewhere for 3 days straight. So maybe they're coming off a different tempo and rhythm. But, it could maybe just throw you off a little bit, getting used to, I can come back to the home ballpark. You don't have to show up the field as soon, as early. You can kind of get a little more of a routine, but could play.
Cut on and missed. Strikeout. Jarrell down swinging for the 2nd time today. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Make it 10 strikeouts for Whitecaps pitchers today. Percival's 2nd. And now Michael Lippy at the dish.
This is a testament to how well the Gatemen have been seeing the baseball at the plate offensively and hitting with, 9 hits on the night, and they still have 10 strikeouts at the ball club, and they're tied here in the 8th. I'm not mad at that at all. This team, as they've been hitting well, leading the league in a lot of offensive categories and batting average, as we've seen. That first pitch is a big swing and miss from Turner there.
Yeah, Colby Turner pinch hitting, pardon me. Right-handed bat, transferring to Michigan this year. good year, 237 hitter, but he gets on base 36% of the time. That one runs off the plate for ball 2.
San Diego State transfer. Go blue. They're going to be getting a good player here in Turner.
1-1 to the utility infielder. It's outside.
Getting a little wet out here. It's even affecting the batters now as Turner steps out of the box and wipes his bat off and digs back in here, the 2-1 count.
Southpaw to righty. Here's the delivery. And another fastball runs up and downstairs. Three balls, one strike, one away. Fireworks still popping off in the distance. Here's the 3-1. And a curveball is pulled in there.
That was gross. That was gross. That curveball from here up in the booth looked like it started over his head and ended up at his knees, but good pitch there from Percival.
Payoff with one away. And he fights it away. Cues to the right side, but they're saying it hit his left foot. And now here comes Shevchik, longtime field manager for the Brewster Whitecaps, saying, "No way, Jose," to Joshua Garcia, the home plate umpire.
Not sure exactly what he's arguing right now, as it seemed to be that swinging a foul ball off his foot. I mean, from here it looked like you could see it, let alone hear it as well, but maybe he's seeing something we're not down there in field level.
Jamie Shevchik, this is a decade in Brewster for him this year. He's been in the championship before. He's won 2 of them, and he is not done with this conversation with the home plate umpire, Joshua Garcia. And he's tossed. Shevchik said the magic word, and the longtime head coach punched his ticket out of the ball game, vehemently disagreeing with a ball that seemed to have ricocheted off the batter for a foul ball. But Shevchik is gone, and he's still not done.
He points the finger and looks like he's going to get to see the fireworks early that we can't see behind us. Isn't that right, Mr. Kyle?
Yeah, there's a positive to everything. Don't you find it bizarre, though, Jesse, from your perspective, that he decided that now was the moment for him to lead this ball game?
I mean, we've seen him come out a few times in this ball game, especially in a balk call earlier in the game. You know, have a few choice words. There must have been that, like you said, magic word that punched his ticket out of this ballpark. But, I mean, this tie in a game, it's a summer league game. I would have had to hear something very unlikely and not very good if I'm that umpire to be able to have to really choose to throw him out in this game, especially with a tie ball game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I'm saying here, tie ball game. So I imagine he'll hand the rights off to either Dylan Cooper, the first base coach, or the pitching coach, Brian Del Rosso. Regardless, Shevchik is gone, but his Whitecaps are still in a tie ball game as that conversation's concluded. But this at-bat isn't. It's a 3-2 count with Michael Lippi at the dish and one away.
Talking to Coach Smythe when I first arrived just a few weeks ago and asking, hey, where do your other coaches from Keystone land in the Cape League? He said, well, I'm here, and our head ball coach is over there in Brewster. And, he said these games mean more just a little bit to him.
And it's a ball 4.
One out walk here from Turner, fantastic. But, yeah, Smythe said it just means a little bit more. Just having your coach on the other side in that dugout. And, you want to win those games, give you a little extra motivation. Of course, the Summer League is all about players developing, getting exposure, and playing well. But, at the end of the day, when you play your head ball coach over there, you got something to prove.
Yeah. And, that goes to the intangible of just the culture in the clubhouse.
Absolutely.
The Gatemen have that this year, that's for sure. They also have a potential go-ahead guy on first base with one away, and Summerhill at the dish will get me over for strike 1.
Summerhill is 1 for 4 at the plate tonight with a strikeout. Currently sitting at .333 on the season, just edging his counterpart on deck, Bobby Bozer, at .327.
0-1. Yeah, Summerhill's been a stud. And a curveball is just high of the zone.
I mean, right here, if you're Coach Smythe and staff and Coach Mobbs, this is what you want right here with one out. I want Summerhill at the plate. I want Bozer there. They've been as hot as can be for these Gatemen hitters in this situation.
Percival delivers. Swing and a line drive, golfed out to left field, trailing back at the track, and a forehand grab for the left fielder Macias as he snuffs out number 2. Two away, and now Bobby Bozer.
Props to these outfielders right now. I mean, as a previous outfielder, this is just not the most fun conditions you can pick. And to be able to pick that ball out of the lights right now, I mean, props to them. I'm glad I'm up here in the booth with you. I'll say that.
I feel so cozy in here, but I feel bad for everyone else. And still a great crowd on hand. Bozer got a pair of knocks to his credit. Here's the first pitch to him, and he wallops one foul to the right side.
Yeah, we still got some fans way out there in left center, spotting across the grandstands out there in left center. As we creep down the line here, there's still a good crowd here at Spillane Field on this lovely Saturday night.
0-1 deal. Ball 1.
Bozer, another 2-for-3 game for him. Another walk. He's been a big walks guy. He's, I would say, her best 2-strike hitter on the team. I've been, beating a dead horse, but he is a great 2-strike hitter, and I love the way his approach is, no matter what the game situation.
Now a hitter's count for him. Lippy still on first. He represents the go-ahead guy. And he does not have a stolen base this year. But that would be big. Modest lead for Lippy over on first. And the 2-1. Swinging a line drive up the middle. It sneaks through into center field for a base hit. Lippy turns the corner. Now he halts the brakes and slides back in safely at second.
Bobby Bozer, Bobby Barrels, whatever you want to call him, the kid has just been hitting right now. It's hard to deny the fact that, when he swings that ball, when he swings his bat, it's a barrel. Anywhere he's been catching a lot of barrel, and the way his approach has been, he has a nice sweet stroke, just short and sweet. He's been doing his job right now and just passing the baton. That's all you can ask. And right there, Turner taking that hard turn. I wouldn't have been surprised if he kept the wheels on, just kept going, the way the center fielder was expecting, just to get an easy throw. And once he saw him slip, that's when he decided to throw hard. But I wouldn't have been surprised if he, tried to take that extra bag as a timeout is called here, and we'll get a visit by the pitching coach.
Now it's Brian Del Rosso. Again, we don't know who the new field manager in replacement of Jamie Shevchik's ejection is, but I can tell you that is the pitching coach, Del Rosso, having a chat with Kyle Percival. 2 away. Go-ahead guy on second in the form of Michael Lippy. He was just moved over by a 2-out single from Bobby Bozer, and it's Murph Gray stepping up. He's 1 for 4 today. The third baseman out of Fresno State, looking for what would be a huge 10th RBI of the year as the Gatemen look to snap a 2-game skid. And now the meeting is broken up.
Shout out Coach Del Rosso with the flow out of the hat.
He does have good flow.
He looks like the MLB The Show Build-A-Player, He's got the drip. He's got it in there. Shout out him over there.
You kind of possess the same vibe, though.
Keeping it drippy. Oh, please.
With the facial hair and the hat you've got on right now. The Western-style trucker's hat from Omaha, of course.
That's right. Come on now.
Well, the rain is dripping, too, as the Gatemen look to try and sneak their way back to a lead. 2 away, and the first offer to Fresno State's Murph Gray. Down low.
Good take there by Gray. In these situations late in a ball game, especially summer ball, you get lax, and you get a chance to kind of swing no matter what the situation is, because you just want to be able to get good swings in during summer ball. But, with a team player there looking for your pitch.
Swing and a hammer out to left. Watch that one fly. No doubt bomb, and the Gatemen take the lead.
Talk about sitting on your pitch. Murph Gray sat, and let it fly. That was almost over the grandstands there in left center field. As he rounds third, the Summerhill and company are ecstatic coming out of the dugout, and that is a much-needed bomb for the Wareham Gatemen there, as they will go up 8-5.
Murph Gray's first home run as a Gateman. It's RBIs 10, 11, and 12 in 2024. Good for second on the team. My goodness, was that one hit 422 feet to left. 103 off the bat, Jesse. That is not your average home run.
No, it is not. That is a man's home run right there. That separates the boys from the men here in the Cape League, and that's exactly what you just saw.
3-run jack, and the Gatemen lead it 8-5.
Chase Reinhardt there with the first pitch swinging, almost coming out of his shoes. You know, I think he just fed off a little bit of that energy. Hitting is contagious, and I think Reinhardt wants to keep his momentum and feed off that as well.
Just what the doctor ordered. And now the 0-1 with 2 away, and it's fouled off with Jace Reinhardt at the dish. He hit a home run yesterday afternoon.
You know, just got done talking about, you know, wanting to get your swings off and get good swings and quality swings off and be able to take that pitch. That first pitch right there from Gray really sets up that fastball he got down Broadway that he made dance all the way in the seats.
And a called strike 3, but that does not cover up the fact that Murph Gray just teed off a 3-run shot, and the Gatemen plate a trio here in the bottom of the 8th. 8-5, good guys as we head to the top of the 9th, and the Gatemen look to secure their first win in 3 contests on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
I'm Jesse Simmons.
And I'm Brendan Summerhill.
And this is Catching Up with the Gatemen. All right, so Brendan, junior, Arizona. From Chicago, though. Tell me a little about that. You said we talked about you grew up not far from Wrigley Field. What was that like growing up?
Yeah, a mile away from Wrigley. It was special. When the Cubs won in 2016, I really realized how cool it was to be a Cubs fan.
Right.
The entire north side of the city was partying for like, a week straight. I was in 7th grade. School got canceled the next day. We all got to go to the parade. It was super fun.
It's easy to say that. Did that grow your love for baseball early on, and being able to be a part of that and so close to an MLB team?
Absolutely.
You know, it's hard not to want to get into baseball, right?
It's just, there's something about baseball that there's nothing else like it.
Right. Was there an MLB player that you...
108 years, you don't win a World Series.
Right.
And then they win it, and everyone goes crazy. It was fun. It was super cool.
Was there an MLB player that you emulated your swing? You know, you play outfield. We talked about Ellie De La Cruz. You emulate that. Was there a different player growing up that you wanted to be like?
I always like to watch YouTube videos like Ken Griffey Jr. He's probably my favorite hitter to ever watch. I wouldn't necessarily say I emulated my swing off his, but...
Top 9 at Spillane as the Gatemen work with a lead. A 3-run shot in the bottom of the 8th, the first one of the year for Murph Gray. Jesse, he got all of that.
Turns out we are going to see some fireworks here just a couple days after the 4th of July. Murph Gray absolutely unloading on a ball midway up the grandstands there in left center. My goodness, it was one of those baseballs that, you know, when he hits it, it looks like it's going up as it's going out. And he put that thing on a launch pad and said goodbye.
422 feet, 103 miles an hour off the bat. And as you said, Jesse, midway through the grandstands out in left field. Murph Gray with his first home run. It should count for like 5 of them.
My goodness.
It was a bomb. And this comes after a 458-foot shot from Johan Desero yesterday. But right now, we don't want to see any home runs. We want to see a Gateman win. It would be their first time winning in their past 3 contests after a tie and a loss yesterday. And Gavin Black, in his second inning of relief, is the one called upon to try and get this. 3-4-5 due up. Ryder Helfrich first. And the first pitch is upstairs.
Right here for Gavin Black, you know, I would feed off that energy you just got in the dugout. Come out here, work quick, get to it.
Little pop-up to the right side. Let's hope this is out number 1. Bozer looking for it, and instead, squeezing the mid on it is Lippy. 1 away.
Right there, 2 pitches, pop out. Exactly what you want to see. Points to his infielders. Good work. Right there, get up. Don't waste any time. Start attacking hitters. Got a 3-run cushion. Let's get out of here and go to bed.
Get some food after this, too. Knock on wood.
You're telling me.
3 for 4 is Daniel Cuvée. Gavin Black peers in for the side, gets it, kicks and fires. It's outside.
You know, Cuvée too, I mean, I saw him play a little bit. in Miami this year. I like I said earlier, I love his swing. It's simple, stays right there.
As that one is lined over and nabbed. Nice play by Hyannis, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, good play there. Like I said, Cuvée, good swing. A line out to a former Miami Hurricane, now University of Central Florida Knight, and Antonio Jimenez. You know what? Making some good products down there in Miami.
Yeah, former teammates lining out to one another. That's a good point. Well, here's Dallas Macias, the last hope for the Whitecaps. Righty on lefty, first deal. Grounder to the right side. This should do it. Putnam has it. A race to first is in time, and the Gatemen win it swiftly here in the 9th after a 422-foot moonshot to left field from Murph Gray to take the lead in the 8th. Well, the Whitecaps appeared to have control of this tie until they didn't, Jesse.
You know what? Hey, that's what baseball games are made of. That's what we're here for in the Cape, to see guys edge each other and be able to push each other. And you know what? It was pushed all the way to the very end, and it fell the Gatemen's way.
It certainly did. The Gatemen now move to 12-5-1. They stay atop the West Division as the Brewster Whitecaps' 2-game winning streak is snapped. So, for our sideline reporter, Madison Walker, our other broadcaster, Ethan Eibe, and alongside our producers, Joseph, Patrick Henry, and Allison DeWitt, and of course, my broadcast partner to finish off a fun day at Spillane Field, Jesse Simmons. I'm Kyle Marchak saying so long, and make sure to check out the post-game show on all our socials on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.